have questions throughout the meeting, please use the Q&A feature, which should be displayed at the bottom of your screen. Third, as usual, we'll be asking for motions and seconds. To make a motion or a second, please use the raise hand feature at the bottom of your screen and then lower it when the motion carries. Fourth, after we receive a motion and a second, we will display a poll for all of you to vote with, choosing yay or nay. You'll choose one and then press submit. It's time to officially call the meeting to order. Our bylaws define the number of members in attendance constituting a quorum to be 15. Would Jill Eitenbrook, our board secretary, please inform us of the number of members present? I think you're muted, Jill.
And Jill, you're muted.
Thank you. Sorry about that. Yes, there are 81 members present.
Thank you, Jill. The secretary has certified that a quorum is present. I would now entertain a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes from last year's meeting. Could I please get a motion and a second by way of the raise hand feature?
And I do have a motion, and I also have a second.
Please now use the poll feature to vote in favor, yay, or opposed, nay.
And it looks like we're holding pretty steady at 100% in favor.
Okay, thank you. The motion carries. With that, I'd like to introduce Sheila Shinke, Prospera's CEO, to review 2020 and talk about what's ahead for 2021.
Thank you, Scott. 2020 was a year like none other. To view our 2020 annual report at your convenience, please visit the URL noted on the screen. As you can imagine, much of 2020 was focused on continual adaptation due to COVID-19. The year included many efforts to take care of our members while also keeping our staff safe. We are so proud of our team, their adaptability and flexibility. They have been true financial first responders. In 2020, Prospera introduced emergency loans, deferments, skip-a payments, virtual meetings, and more. We equipped our branches with new safety precautions and were able to open our lobbies at the end of May and stay open with only a few exceptions throughout the year. We thank all of you for your patience and understanding as we navigated these uncharted waters. As an organization, we have made the decision to continue all safety precautions into 2021 until directed otherwise by the CDC. Despite the pandemic, Prospera experienced favorable growth in 2020. While we didn't hit our original targets, we are pleased with where we ended the year. We faced many challenges, but also had some significant accomplishments. Most notably, the groundbreaking of our newest branch location, which is now open in Grand Chute on Integrity Way. If you have followed our journey on social media, you know that this was an exciting endeavor for the credit union. Our first new build since our corporate and Ballard Road branch in 2004. We are pleased with the services we received from our partner, Hoffman Planning, Design, and Construction, as well as all the vendors that helped bring this branch to life. It truly is our brand in the form of a building. Here's a video of the process. We don't know what the new normal will continue to look like going forward, but we do know we will get through this together. No matter what, Prospera will continue our mission of providing personal financial guidance to prosperity. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to our treasurer, Tom Clifford, to give the treasurer's report.
Good evening. Sheila mentioned where you can find and view our annual report at your convenience. The URL is once again being displayed on the screen. The report indicates that you are owners of a financially sound credit union. Prospera Credit Union is a member of the National Credit Union Association, a U.S. government agency that insures your account to at least $250,000. I also want you to know that our annual financial audit was completed this past year without any major exceptions noted. We, as members of the board of directors, are elected by you and are accountable to you for the financial condition of the credit union. This is one of the important differences you enjoy as a credit union member. A list of the directors appear in the annual report. Please feel free to contact any of us if you have any questions or comments. With that, I'd like to turn it back to our chairperson, Scott Barr.
At this time, I'd like to take a few minutes to acknowledge some people who've played an important role at Prospera Credit Union. In this virtual meeting format, we can't have them stand and be recognized as usual, but we look forward to doing that again next year. These people are the current board members, all past board members, our 50-year members, and our talented Prospera employees. I'd also like to take a moment to observe a moment of silence to recognize those members who've passed away during the year. We'd also like to recognize some Prospera team members with milestone anniversaries with the credit union. We have 4 employees who hit the 5-year mark. John Brandt, the Director of Consumer Lending, Stacy Lenhart, Darboy Branch Manager, Sue Patchik, Oshkosh Financial Services Representative. Sue joined the Prospera family when UW Oshkosh Credit Union merged with Prospera. While Sue's been with Prospera for 5 years, she joined UW Oshkosh Credit Union in 1997. And Nolan Reset, Ballard Financial Services Representative. And we have 1 employee who hit the 25-year mark. That's Kelly Hoppy, ACH Specialist. It's an amazing accomplishment. Congratulations to all 5 of you, and thank you for your loyalty and dedication to Prospera. Finally, we have one last thing to share before moving on to the elections. You've heard us talk a lot about providing personal guidance to our members. This has become a very important basis for who Prospera is, what we stand for, and how we differentiate. Therefore, we want to recognize an employee who makes it their mission to deliver personal, tailored guidance to prosperity each day to every member. We're calling them a prosperity promoter. Internally, the credit union has 5 guiding principles that act as our fundamental beliefs, a guide to how we deliver personal guidance. We collaborate, we educate, we personalize, we instill trust, and we are committed. Employees use a program to give recognition to each other and choose from the 5 guiding principles when giving recognition. We used this system to determine our Prosperity Promoter of the Year. Here's an example of what the recognition you might see on this program. Thank you for the teamwork and taking on additional responsibility. I appreciate it. Congratulations to Angelina. Angelina will be receiving some extra recognition for a job well done. Great work. And now it's time to conduct the election of members to our board of directors. I'm going to turn it over to our board secretary, Jill Eitenbrook, to conduct the election since I'm the one of the candidates up for re-election this year.
Thank you, Scott. Before we begin the election process, I must review a few guidelines with you. First, it is the responsibility of the governance committee to conduct a search, interview prospects, and recommend a slate of director candidates to the board of directors. This assures members that the candidates presented are well qualified and can meet the requirements and expectations of service on the board. To be eligible to carry out your distinct credit union right and privilege of one member, one vote, which distinguishes us from other financial institutions, you must be the primary member on the account, have been a member for at least 3 months prior to this election, and be at least 18 years old. Tonight, we have 4 nominees to fill the 4 positions of the board of directors of Prospera Credit Union. A copy of the biographies highlighting the candidates' information is shown on the screen. Please feel free to follow along while I review this information. First, Scott Barr. If elected, Scott will fill a 3-year term. Scott has been a member since 2013. Scott is a partner and construction and business attorney at McCarty Law. He has a strong background in construction and commercial real estate matters, manufacturing businesses, and business transactions, including mergers and acquisitions. Heather Boyer. If elected, Heather will fill a 2-year term. Heather has been a member since 2013. Heather is the Executive Vice President of Society Insurance. She has a strong background in finance, executive leadership, strategy, actuarial, change management, enterprise data governance, and more. Dana Gilman. If elected, Dana will fill a 3-year term. Dana has been a member since 2021. Dana is the Chief Financial Officer of J.J. Keller and Associates. She has a strong background in financial management, risk and data security, information technology, and business strategy. Tom McAdow. If elected, or Tim, excuse me, Tim will fill a 3-year term. Tim has been a member since 2011. Tim is a Vice President, Go-To Customer Area at CUNA Mutual Group. He has a strong background in business development, marketing strategy, leadership, and team development. So we are now ready with the elections. I would now accept a motion and a second to have the secretary cast a unanimous ballot to elect the slate of recommended candidates. Could I please get a motion and a second by the raise hand feature?
I do have a motion and a second, Joe.
Great, thank you, Christy. Please now use the polling feature to vote in favor, yay, or opposed, nay.
And we're holding steady, so I'm going to end the poll and share results.
Okay, great. Looks like we have 100% in favor, so motion carries. I will now turn it back over to our board chair, Scott Barr.
Thank you, members, and congratulations to our elected directors. This is normally the time we draw for prizes. Rather than do this on the webinar, we took the list of RSVP participants and utilized a randomizing software to draw winners. We drew for one $100 prize, 2 $75 prizes, and 2 $50 prizes, 4 $25 prizes, and 5 $10 prizes. The winners will now be shown on your screen. Jill, according to the minutes of the previous membership meeting, is there any old business for us to consider?
Scott, there is no old business to be brought before this meeting.
Are you aware of any communications to be brought before this meeting?
No communications are to be brought before this meeting.
Thank you. Okay, new business. Is there any new business that any member would like to bring before this meeting? If you have new business, you can note it in the Q&A section at the bottom of your screen. While we're waiting for any questions to come in, here's one of our most recent Prospera videos.
Navigating your financial future is like following a roadmap. Some things are right in front of you, others are down the road. You might want to buy a new car or your first home right now. Maybe you're saving to send a child to college or for retirement in the future. Our personal tailored financial guidance will give you the direction you need to find prosperity, whatever that means to you. Meet with us in person, by phone, or video conference to get started. Prospera Credit Union, your financial dots connected.
Was any new business submitted for handling at the meeting?
I have nothing in the Q&A.
Okay. Thank you for being members of Prospera Credit Union and for being here tonight. I would now entertain a motion to adjourn the 87th annual meeting of the members of Prospera Credit Union. Could I please get a motion and a second by way of the raise hand feature?
I have a motion and a second, Scott.
Please now use the poll feature to vote in favor, yay, or opposed, nay.
Okay, and it looks like we're holding pretty steady and 100% in favor.
Okay, that motion carries. Thank you very much. Meeting is adjourned. Thanks again, and good night.